Hey, here I am. I'm all lit up. Feels a little funny. Oh, yes, it does feel funny. Feel like I'm trying to really be a professional and really do a fine program for y'all. Hello, August. Hello, LWS. Hello, Denim. It's better when I slide the screen over so I can read the comments a little better because I don't see my face glowing in the dark. I'm sitting in my sunroom. Good morning, user. Move the light back a bit. Woo! How's that? How's that? Is that too far back? That might be. Hello, Kibo. Hello, Grimlow. I don't know. Trial and error. I'm frozen. Lost connection between data and Wi-Fi. Huh. Well, there I am. Hopefully I'm back. Hopefully we resolved the problem. It's horrible going live. And first thing we get is a frozen connection. I know no viewers can like the frozen connection. And honestly, I don't even know why it happens. There's quiet spots or spots in a house where the Wi-Fi doesn't come in too well. And there's spots when I sit out on the patio, I got to make sure I'm either into the Wi-Fi, or if I'm not on the patio, I can't be on the Wi-Fi because the connection will be bad. And, you know, I'm coming from my living room where I'm obviously hooked to the house's Wi-Fi, and I come back to the sunroom, and I got to remember to make the proper adjustments. Good morning, Maxim. Is it time to paint today? Good morning, Sandra Lynn. It's kind of funny. I was headed off to go live this morning, and I'm always kind of not running late, but I almost intentionally run late. I don't think it's a good idea to run late in life. I think if you have an appointment at 3 o'clock, you should make sure you leave your house in time to get there at 2:50, let's say, because your drive to that appointment is going to be stress-free. You're going to enjoy the music. You're not going to worry about every light you catch, and life's just going to go smoother and easier. But I almost purposefully... Good morning, Shavella. I almost purposely run late getting to my Coffee with Ken show, which I do every morning at 8 o'clock. And I want to thank you all for joining. And anyone new here, please follow me on TikTok or YouTube or what have you. But anyway, so I intentionally kind of run late because I like it to be as authentic as possible and as real as possible. And sometimes when I'm feeling a little frazzled and a little unprepared, it just seems to come out better or less scripted, if you will. And I was telling my wife as I was heading back, do you realize I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to say today? And she goes, do you ever? And to be honest, sometimes I might have a topic or two that I know I want to touch on, or a thought that's relevant, or something of value that I could contribute to the world. But this morning I do not, so bear with me. Sandra Lynn, I'm glad my afternoon show was just about long enough for your ride home from work. Maybe you need to drive a little faster. Somebody saying I look like Howie Mandel. I've heard it before. I think we just throw all bald white men under the same bridge and call them, they say we look the same. Be it Mr. Clean, be it Howie Mandel, be it Bruce Willis, be it Coffee with Ken. Good morning, Sandy Shepard. Thank you for joining. And good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Thursday morning. It is 8:06. Good morning, whirring dervish Laura. I haven't seen you hop on for a while. Welcome back to Coffee with Ken. I'm very fancy since you last joined, and I'm now using a ring light. Anyway, it is Thursday morning. I think it's October 5th. A shout out to my brother Scott. It's his birthday today. I think he turns 60 years old. I think he turns 60 years old today. I think he turns 60 years old. Happy birthday, Scott. I don't know if he watches my show. I'm pretty darn confident he doesn't watch it live. So maybe I'm going to have to reach out to him. I'm at ultrasound with daughter to check on the grandbaby. Well, Congratulations, Sandy Shepherd. I hope the baby is forming nicely in the body and everything is going well. And congratulations on the upcoming grandbaby. I'm sure that's very exciting. But anyway, this is a show I've been doing for quite some time. It's a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some feelings, some ups and downs. 3 weeks to go. Oh, well, it's almost ready. It's almost ready to hatch. It's a show about me sharing and talking about the ups and downs that we have in life. And a show about me sharing some feelings. And I've been doing it for 4.5 years. And the longer I do it, the more I realize we all go through struggles. And we all have our challenges. And we all deal with stuff. And this show's kind of about the stuff that I experience in life. And for those that have been watching a while, you know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. Normally, I've been doing this show outside a lot, or I've been doing this show maybe at a table. Today, I'm doing it right over my lap, so when I pour my coffee, I must say, I'm a little more nervous than I generally am. I'm a little more nervous than I generally am. But anyway, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to take my first sip. Good morning, Timur, for sure. Thank you for joining. I hope you've come to the page with a nice hot cup of coffee. I hope you've come to the page with a nice hot cup of coffee. I hope you've come to the page with a nice hot cup of coffee. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, again, I hope you have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of you. And I'm so excited to take my first sip. Cheers to us. Oh. Tilly, as I was taking that sip, I saw you send out a rose to me. I saw you send out a rose to me. Thank you so much for sending out that rose. It means a lot to me. However, I must say, as is often the case, sometimes I get distracted as I'm taking that first sip. And I almost forget what the type of coffee was and how it tasted and how it felt. So I'm going to take another and pretend again that it's my first sip. Oh, it's a pumpkin spice. A lot of you guys know I've been doing the show a long time. I mix it up with live videos and editing live videos. And going back, I'm almost 4 weeks behind in my editing. And 4 weeks ago, pumpkin spice coffee was just coming out. And I bought a bunch of different bags and wanted to try it and determine which coffee. Would I rather have an endless supply of money or time? That's such an interesting question that I'm going to let it interrupt what I'm saying. I don't want an endless amount of time or an endless amount of money, neither of which would give me any happiness. Neither which would give me any happiness whatsoever. I think the fact that we don't have endless time, if we had endless time, this is going to sound weird. I almost feel life would look like a prison sentence. And I don't mean to be negative or down or bring anybody down. But hello, RJ. I think if we had endless time, life would feel like a prison sentence. And you'd never be able to enjoy the moment. You'd be living going, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? The fact that life or time is finite allows you to appreciate the now and appreciate the moment and live for the moment and enjoy today's rainy day and cherish the moment, if you will. And the same goes true with money. If you had infinite money, you'd want for nothing. You'd strive for nothing. You'd hope for nothing. There'd be no excitement. Every driveway would have a Lamborghini Diablo in it, and it wouldn't be special anymore. there would be nothing to work towards or be nothing to strive towards. We'd all have it all and we'd lay around, and I think life would be boring if we had all the amount of money and all the amount of time we wanted. So I appreciate that question. That was a great question from Noha, who asked if I'd rather have an endless supply of money or time, and I'd rather have neither. I'd rather have neither. I think life's great the way it is, with a finite amount of time and a finite amount of money. And I appreciate that question. And thank you so much for following the creator, Noha. It means a lot to me. I've been doing this for almost 2 years on TikTok and almost 4.5 years total on social media as a whole. And I really enjoy it, and I'm growing my platform, and I'm building my audience, and I have a lot of fun doing it. So I appreciate that question. But anyway, I was saying, about a month ago, I did a live video, and I had done a taste test of the 3 different pumpkin spices that came out at that time. And I am drinking, just to let you know, the Market Pantry, which is the Target brand, store brand of pumpkin spice, or they have a Target brand of everything called Market Pantry, but they make a pumpkin spice coffee. And I was just reviewing the video, and I was clipping it up, and I'm about to post my taste test review of all 3 coffees. And I won't tell you which is my favorite, because you'll have to watch the video to find out that. But anyway, a little more coffee. I think the fact that I'm drinking the Market Pantry might be a little bit of a clue to you. Might be a little bit of a clue to you. David Restore, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Track Days joined. Thank you all for joining. We've been getting a really nice audience, and the audience seems to be building. It is a great morning, and I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois. It's a town about 145,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago. And it's a rainy day here, and I looked at my schedule, and before I went to bed, I told my wife the things I had planned for the day, and I'm super excited about my day, and I got a lot going on. Joanna's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. If anyone else wants to tell me where you're from, I'd love to give a shout out to your locale. And so let me know where you're coming from. One more question, if I will. And I will. You don't have to ask about Track Days. It's from St. Louis. B is from Lisle, Illinois. We got another St. Louis person. I thought Kelly had money. Ohio. We got somebody from Ohio. What was the one question? Wait, somebody was asking me one more question. I like their questions. Would I rather temporarily travel 500 years into the past or the future? I don't know. I don't know if I'd rather do either, to be honest with you. Do I have to make Chattanooga? Judy's from Ohio. We got a couple of people from Ohio. Grease up, bro. You'd never catch them. I don't know if I have any desire at all to travel 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past. I am 55 years old. I've watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure probably more times than needed. Midwest Mama is from Wisconsin. And, I just have no desire. It didn't work out for Bill and Ted. I mean, it eventually worked out. I think they got back home and played this ultimate rock concert for those old enough to remember. Hello, Dennis. But I have no desire. I think weird things would happen if I don't know. And I don't think about this too much, but if we broke the time and space continuum, and if I popped 500 years ago, what would it be? It'd be 1523. I don't know. There were a lot of scary things going on in 1523. You know, Columbus had just come over. I don't know if they were burning witches in Salem or burning people at the stake in Britain, or the plague was going on, or people were getting scalped. And I don't know. It might be interesting to check for like 30 minutes if I promise I'd be safe and it would not throw off, like I said, anything that's going on in today. But I don't think if I popped on this planet 500 years ago, that wouldn't send out a butterfly effect. Because Whether I walk into a Starbucks or walk into a Target superstore or walk into a breakfast joint, I tend to leave. Make an impression. And if I was dropped 500 years ago, I'd be walking around and I don't know what would be happening at that time, but I'd say hello to, I don't know, the Puritans that were visiting this country, and I'd go, hey, what are you guys doing? Why are you guys rubbing sticks together to start a fire? Why don't you just use my lighter? For some reason, if I was going to go back in time, I'd make sure I had a lighter. And all of a sudden, technology would be moved thousands of years forward because I saved them a lot of time rubbing sticks. Good morning, Josh Algren. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. Everlasting Bloom has her hands full with a lot of muting and blocking today. We have a very vibrant community today. A lot of people want to talk. What if I caught the plague and brought it back? Say, that's another thing. I would imagine in today's science and today's advancement that we have immunity to the plague and probably a medicine for the plague. Julie Flanagan finds what I'm saying interesting. That's a good start, and we're excited to have Julie Flanagan here. I'm going to pour a little bit more coffee. It's about 8:20. I'm going to say I don't know what I have for you here, but as a guy that edits a lot of his videos, I say that a lot. And I've been known to talk hours beyond me saying, I don't know what I have for you. But I honestly don't at this moment. I'm looking forward to my day, and I talked about it a little bit yesterday. I'm meeting up with a company that needs a host for a podcast that would be a good fill for me or a stopgap for me or just something, an opportunity for me to learn a little bit about that method of communication. Do I remember the movie Flight of the Navigator? I don't remember the movie Flight of the Navigator. Do I have any big plans for the weekend? No, I don't have any big plans for the weekend. Thank you, Tilly, and thank you, Robert Patrick. And I don't know if my skill set will match this company's needs, but I have a feeling it will. I've been doing this talk show for years, and I think I'm really comfortable talking to an audience. And they have specific needs that they need to fill, but I think my background's plenty qualified for it. I think I would be a very good choice for them, and I think although it wouldn't be me talking about coffee or talking about life, I'd be talking about whatever topic they wanted me to talk about. And I'd look forward to it. And I think I'd bring a different spin than they even were ready for. And if they gave me the freedom to create the show as I wanted to create it, hello, Tracy from Indiana. I think I could have a really good time. I think I could build up their audience. If they want me to sell something, sell a ton of their product. And also, get some experience. Figure out what a podcast is. Because for years I've been saying I want to do this professionally. And I have people going, oh, you got a great voice. You should do a podcast. And I never listen to podcasts. I don't know what it is. I don't know about being in a studio or having an official microphone or if you're answering questions or if you're interviewing anybody. Hello, Ellen Underwood. Thank you for joining. But either way, I think it would be awesome, and it would be a great learning experience where I could earn a little revenue, maybe spread the brand that is Coffee with Ken, and I think it'd be a win-win, and I think I'd do a great job for them. So I'm doing that at 10 o'clock today. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be working out. I got another appointment this afternoon. Going to finish up my live here. I'm going to post a bunch of videos all over social media and continue to grow my platforms around. My audience on YouTube continues to rock and roll as we charge towards 2,000 followers there. I was running over the numbers, and I think I need to probably hit 5,000 followers over there to create the revenue from that platform. And I feel funny a little bit. Thank you, Tilly. I feel a little funny with you guys sharing the inside story because I don't want you to think this is about making money, because it's really not. But again, if somebody wants to pay me for doing what I love to do, and honestly what I think God put me on this planet to do, which was either talk to an audience or inspire an audience or entertain an audience or blow my nose occasionally on live video or motivate an audience or to share my experiences of drinking too much or relationship troubles or mental health issues or my selections of coffee, I'd be excited to do that. And I through our lives, go through our lives just kind of going to work. And I know I hate to say for my real estate career, I mean, I tried really hard. I was inspired. And I was even inspired when I worked at Target for 7 months. I really was. I think I was too inspired. I think I wanted to make such a difference for my store. And I don't think anyone else there was looking to make such a difference. And because everybody there, including my boss's boss's boss, we were all employees. And we all got our checks from the corporate office in Minnesota. And I think going there, wanting to change how things were done and make it better and looking for areas of improvement and motivate the team, honestly wasn't my job. And I think it caused some conflict and caused me to butt heads. And I'm going, hey, why don't we do this? And they're going, well, because corporate office doesn't tell us to do this, and they're the ones sending our checks. So anyway, it feels good to not be doing that anymore. And it was a great, stepping stone for me. And how did I quit? You said you made waves when you did it. Greg Plitt, I don't like to say that I quit. I don't like to say that I quit because that seems like such a negative word. I don't know. It was during a shift, though, I'll tell you that. I'll give you a clue. It was mid-shift. I think it was a mutual understanding that it wasn't a great fit for me. And I'm not ashamed of it at all. I think I'd probably lasted there longer than I maybe should have, and maybe I would have guessed I would have going in. I took the job because my social media, my content creation dreams weren't ready to be realized. And I had bills to pay and commitments to live up to, and child support was a big one. And I've got 2 ex-wives that, I need to pay child support and 4 beautiful kids. So I took a job at Super Target because they were hiring, and I needed a job to fill in the time between my real estate business and my content creation or my podcasting business or what have you. And it worked, and I worked, and it gave me purpose and meaning and socialization and entertainment, and I enjoyed a lot of aspects about it, but I knew it wasn't for me and long term. And, there was a time I thought about working my way up the ladder and trying to become a higher up at Target. But to be honest, I think the best way to do that at Target Company isn't starting at the lowest level. It's maybe getting a college degree, which I came in with, and maybe applying directly out of college and getting a higher level position due to your education level, and then you're automatically on the fast track to move your way up. But I took a job at the lowest level of the company, and it was interesting because, again, I've had some high positions, some lofty jobs with high pay, and it was interesting starting there. And when I say work my way up the ladder, the gap between the rungs on the ladder, starting at the bottom, there were big gaps between it, and there wasn't really talk of, you start there, they expect you just to do that job and be happy with that job and be happy with, that's what I applied for, and that's the job they gave me. But again, I'm a guy that wants to work his way up, and excited that I worked there 7 months, did a good job while working there, hopefully made a difference, hopefully entertained some employees and entertained some customers, and made a difference and made aisle 910 at the Super Target just as awesome as it's ever been. I haven't been back. I was at a Target the other day. I went to a Target just south of me, and I don't miss working there, but I still love the store, and I think it's a great store. And running on love of running. I love that running on love of running. Well, I probably was. Yeah, I probably was. So I appreciate you saying that. But let's have a little more coffee. Wow, we got a big audience this morning. We got 52 people watching. We got hopefully a lot of coffee being I struggle. I don't know if you got. Again, I graduated from University of Illinois, which is a pretty good school. And I did fairly well in school. But I still struggle with past tensing certain words. Or, like I want to say, I hope we're all drinking or have drank or drunk a lot of coffee today. It almost feels funny. Another thing I struggle with grammatically. And I know for anyone that watches my shorts, I pop a lot of, or if you read my writing, I put in way too many ellipses. I mean, I end everything with an ellipsis. And it's intentional. And I think it frustrates those that are, I don't know, scholars of grammar, of English writing, or what have you. Hey, Rick Turek, thank you so much for following the creator. Ellipsi, thank you, Everlasting Bloom. But I pop them out everywhere. I end every title at them. And for those that know, the business that is Coffee with Ken, and I'll give you another inside look. I have one employee, and she's more of a partner than an employee. But since it's got my name on it, I'm going to call her an employee at this point. And since I do pay her in various ways, she's my employee. She definitely doesn't pay me. I mean, she does things for me that I appreciate, but definitely we don't joke about her pay to me. I joke about me paying her. But she helps me, and she goes and sometimes will look at the title and add the keywords to my videos and add the hashtags at the end. And on some social media platforms, they limit how many hashtags you can have. And I cannot tell you how much my key grip, who's the title of my employee, sometimes will complain about my ellipsi, how I end every title of every video with an ellipsi. And when she's trying to make the number of characters fit the number of hashtags or the number of characters that the social media platforms will allow, and I've got 3 extra dots at the end of every title, she often wants to delete my dots, but she knows better. She knows some things are best left not messed with. And, well, Julie Flanagan, she probably is the lead for Employee of the Year, since I only have one. She's almost a shoo-in for Employee of the Year. Plus, she's amazingly gifted and amazingly talented and wants more responsibility. She's kind of like me working at Target. She's probably overqualified for key grip. But she's doing exactly what she wants to and given what she can, given her time is pretty spread thin with other things right now. So I appreciate her help. And not only her, I mean, to be honest, it's not her help with adding the hashtags or even adding the music. And she does a great job with both. But it's just her support and her encouragement. And because this is not a business or a job, and anytime you're starting any new business, anytime you start a new business, there's challenges and there's things you gotta overcome, and there's lean times and lean months and lean paychecks from time to time. And I know it. I've been a realtor with 2 different wives, and we've had lean months in building a real estate business. But I don't know. Her support means the most to me, means more than, and her encouragement, and her telling me, hey, go to Starbucks, get away, go spend 2 hours editing videos and see how many videos you can post. Because the going live, and she'll tell me to go live. There's sometimes I don't want to go live. And she'll keep me on task and keep me editing videos and keep me moving in the right direction, and I appreciate her for that. So, cheers to her. Vintage Nurse is having the half caffeinated with hazelnut cream. That sounds delightful. Somebody very early on asked how I take my coffee. For those that have watched in a while. And I almost wavered with it today. I drink it black at home. However, My younger stepson, I was going to call him my youngest stepson, but I only have two stepsons, drinks his coffee with cream in the morning. He's 9 and he drinks coffee. Judge if you will. But I wouldn't recommend judging other people. I think judging other people is a bad move. I think we all have our challenges and we all have our struggles and we all are doing our best. And whether somebody is rich or poor, or overweight or in great shape, or, has a big smile or doesn't have a big smile, I think judgment is a bad thing. And I think judging other people we all do it a little bit, but I work to not do it. And I might see a neighbor with long grass, and I'll probably go, boy, I wish they'd mow their lawn. It would make the neighborhood look better. But in a way, that's judging, and I know it's wrong. And I'm trying to do a little bit better and trying to, not do that as much as I can. But it's hard. And again, we're all works in progress, and we're all getting a little better, and we're all striving, hopefully, to be the best version of ourselves. And if we're spending our time in judgment of other people or looking down on other people or laughing at other people for the struggles they may be having, I don't think that's time well spent. And our time's better spent working on ourselves and moving forward and going to the gym or going to church or loving on our babies or loving on our spouse or meditating or doing yoga or mowing the lawn or pulling weeds or, growing as humans. Growing as humans. Growing as humans. Got a lot of muting going on. We got a whole lot of muting going on. But that's okay. That's why God gave us moderators. And I thank you for the moderators because you guys are doing a great job. But anyway, I've been talking about 35 minutes. I'm going to try and leave. You're supposed to leave the audience wanting more. Chris Dawson asked, do I ever miss real estate sales? No, I don't. I'll tell you what, I cannot tell you how much I do not miss it. Yes, the one thing I miss about real estate sales is closing day when you get a big paycheck. But I've been at social events and parties and out and walking around, and I'll hear conversations about buying and selling real estate. It feels so good to not have to dive into every conversation about real estate that comes up. Or to walk into a party, hi, my name's Ken. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams or Coldwell Banker. Thank you, Shannon. And it feels so good to sit those conversations out and to be at a coffee shop and hear two people talking about buying or selling a home and just let them have their conversations and not get involved or not just stay out of it. And real estate sales is tough because you are putting yourself in other people's business in a way that's, I found, a little uncomfortable. If I'm selling to other businesses, that's different. But when you're selling houses, you're putting yourself in other families' businesses in a way I didn't feel real comfortable with. So I don't miss it at all. Yeah, no, Chris Dawson, I don't know if you can imagine. It was a nonstop activity. Telling people you're a realtor. And, hey, if you know anyone looking to buy or sell, I'm great. And I don't miss it at all. Obviously, the checks were nice from time to time, and they could be big, and the pay could be real good. But I think as a quality of life, my life's a lot better, not even considering wearing a name badge that says what company I work with, or not even considering reaching out to anybody, wondering if they're ready to go see a house. I just didn't feel good doing it. I didn't feel good doing it. And I did it 17 years. Yeah, no, Chris Dawson, I didn't like it at all. So I appreciate that question. Running on love, like the line. Mama AJ joined. I so appreciate. It's a blessing to be able to help people dream of buying a home. Well, that's cool. How do you feel about playing the guitar? Do you see the guitar in the backdrop? How do I feel about playing it? I don't know how to play it. So I don't have any great feelings about playing it. It looks nice. The kids strum it from time to time. I wish, I guess. I mean, I say I wish I could play the guitar, but if I really wished I could play the guitar, I'd probably pick it up every once in a while and try and play it. And I just don't. We have a piano in the other room as well, and honestly, I talk about wishing I was more musical or wishing I could play the guitar or play the piano or playing whatever. But obviously, it's never been a very high priority to me because I just don't. You know, I'd rather go to the gym and work out. I think that's more important to me, or take my kids on a walk in the stroller. Or, I mean, again, these are just personal choices. And good morning, Keith. Playing music's never really been high on my list of things I wanted to do. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to have one more sip of coffee. I so appreciate you joining. For anybody just tuning in, please follow my page. Please follow me on YouTube. Vintage Nurse, you're the sweetest thing. I appreciate you guys so much for watching and joining me on this kind of dark, kind of cloudy, kind of wet Thursday. Means a lot to me that you guys join me. I do go live. I'm going to go to the gym at some point later this morning, and I hop on for a thoughts from the gym. And again, I go live at 4:30 for reflections of the day. So I go live 3 times today, and this is one. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you follow my page. Hope you got a great night's sleep. Hope your week is going awesome. I hope you're just feeling good and living in the moment. Somebody asked about going to the future. Live in the moment. Somebody asked about endless time. Appreciate the time we have. Somebody asked about endless money today. Appreciate the money you have and the things you have and the house you have. It might not be the house of your dreams, but make it the house of your dreams. And I think if you look at things with a little more open-mindedness and a little more acceptance, I think our lives all get better. So I'd encourage you to do that. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're loving yourself. I hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.